Alright, so today I briefly just want to go over the short history of the Trails series and why this game is so important. So this right here is The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, first chapter, and it is a remake of the first game in the Trails series, which as of now has 13 games. And between those 13 games, there are 4 major arcs. There are 3 games in the first arc, and the reason this is so important is because before, the only way you could play this is you could get it on PC, and it was like an older style, like, I don't want to say 16-bit, but it was like a sprite-based, turn-based RPG. And that kind of thing turned a lot of people off from it. On top of it, you couldn't really get physicals, or you could, like the first one had a PSP physical, but it's very, very expensive nowadays. So these things kept a lot of people from really getting into the series. And to show you how big it is, there's 3 games in this first arc, I guess the Sky or Liberal arc, whatever you want to call it. There's 2 in the next arc, Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure, that make up the Crossbell arc. Then there are 5 games in the Cold Steel arc, or Erebonian, I want to say, so it's Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's like basically from what I've seen, it's been explained as like the Avengers Endgame kind of, or like Infinity War of Trails, and that's Reverie, because it pulls these 2 arcs together, the Crossbell and the Erebonian arcs. And now we're on to the newest arc, the Daybreak arc, which we have Daybreak 1 and 2, and then the third game, it's already out in Japan, it came out last year, but it's scheduled to come out in, I think, January or February of next year, called Trails Beyond the Horizon. And I don't know if that's the last game in that arc or if there's going to be another one, but that makes 13 games. Now, if we go back to Sky, which is the first arc, the second game is, called Trails in the Sky SC, or it's the second chapter, and it takes place directly after the end of this game. And then there is Trails in the Sky the third, which has a new main 2 new main characters, and I don't know a ton about that one, but from what I understand, it's kind of like if they're doing a bunch of lore for a lot of characters, essentially. And because of that, a lot of people say that it's, a game you can skip. But from what I understand, absolutely not, because a lot of the characters they throw lore into for that game become important in later games, so you kind of need it. Anyway, the reason this is such a big deal is because if we get those other 2 remade, second chapter and third, that'll mean all of the Trails games will be available on modern consoles. And then I'm really hoping they remake these afterwards.